Spine Center, and today I'm at Intrinsic Physical Therapy and Wellness with Dr. Rita and Dr. Lee. Thanks for having me here and just kind of sharing your knowledge. So today we're going to talk about something that's often overlooked but really important with someone's care, and that's hypermobility. If you're dealing with, or if maybe you've been told that you're flexible but you're still dealing with a lot of joint pain, instability, this video is for you. So we're going to start out with, can one of you guys just explain what hypermobility is and how someone might know that they have it?
Yeah, so hypermobility is a condition that affects your ligaments. And so when we think hypermobility, we're actually talking about our joints and how much mobility the joint has. So it's different than flexibility. That's more referring to our muscles and how much those can stretch. Hypermobility, we can see it in localized places, so specific joints. You can also see it throughout the whole body because it can affect that connective tissue, which is ligaments are part of that connective tissue. And so anytime like your joint can go past end range, that could be considered hypermobile.
So what are some signs or challenges that patients may present with?
I would say one of the biggest things we see is just compensatory patterns that then may end up causing pain or dysfunction. So we're oftentimes underutilizing some of our postural stabilizers, but then overutilizing other muscle groups in order to get that stability, because it's going to come from somewhere. It just may not be optimally where we'd love it to be. So in the PT world, we try to do kind of a mixture of things, but a lot of times we're trying to kind of quiet those muscles that are overworking, but then trying to strengthen in a better alignment. So trying to build up those postural muscles. And so specifically here, we do a lot with the Pilates reformer, and that tends to be a really nice tool to be able to give you the support that you need to activate the muscles that we want you to be using, but also be able to work through large ranges of motion and potentially load as we go to essentially make that strength more functional for you.
For sure. I did some physical therapy with Dr. Lee, and getting on the reformer just really lights things up.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're so aware of how to turn things on, how to turn things off. You don't even realize that you're not activating certain muscles.
It really does help with those compensation patterns. Like it lets you quiet those loud ones and really get into those deep stabilizers that are sometimes just hard to do if you're at home trying to do an online video or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So you guys see hypermobility in all phases of life, or what do you guys see as like the lifespan progresses?
Definitely, yep. So you can have hypermobility from birth, and then some people kind of develop hypermobility later on in life. Sometimes there'll be a triggering factor that really kind of brings it on, whether it's like an illness or could be pregnancy, could be some other kind of trauma that happens. So we treat people from kiddos all the way to older adults. Sometimes we'll see people in their 70s that are just kind of connecting the dots and understanding like these lifelong challenges from joint pain and fatigue and GI issues. All of those things might be connected into their hypermobility. So we treat it all.
Awesome. And then what would you say to someone who suspects that they maybe are hypermobile but hasn't had the formal diagnosis? Like, how do you start?
Yeah, so I think here we really love seeing people come in that stage because we have a lot of tools that we can assess really thoroughly for hypermobility and see if it seems like it's at specific areas or if it really is kind of throughout the whole body. As physical therapists, we don't give a medical diagnosis, and there's different classifications for hypermobility syndromes. So you can get formal diagnoses through a doctor, and we'll help with referring and giving resources and all of that. But a lot just involves a hands-on evaluation, kind of head to toe, asking some very specific questions, really looking holistically to see, does it seem like there's this connective tissue dysfunction happening throughout the body? So we can kind of identify like, okay, this might be more than just joint pain, maybe your fatigue is part of this, and maybe those GI issues are part of it. And so how do we then kind of form a team around you to help you get the care you need to address all those things, knowing that we've kind of connected it all in with this connective tissue piece.
And I think that can be really stressful for people because it feels like it's a lot of these different things. It's like, oh gosh, I have digestive stuff, I have fatigue, I have lightheadedness with activity. You know, it feels like it's a lot of different pieces, but then if you can recognize that it's all part of a pattern and it's really just coming from kind of this one thing, and that as we start to untangle these pieces, you'll probably notice a lot of improvement in a lot of these different symptoms, then I think that can be really empowering too.
For sure, just getting the right diagnosis. And I mean, shooting this video, we don't want to raise fear, but we want to raise awareness and how important it is to get the right diagnosis, because then you get the right treatment plan and you get down the right path, and really making sure that you have the right team to help lift you up through that. So thank you guys. And how can someone schedule an appointment? How can they reach out to you guys? What's the best way to connect?
Yeah, visit our website, and there's contact form on there, our phone number. So just give us a call, reach out on the contact form, and we'd be happy to chat more with you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Dr. Mendel, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your health journey.